Class of 2014, as sponsor of SPICE, the Yearbook of Norristown Area High School, I'm very pleased to welcome you to SPICE Day 2014. This is a long-standing tradition at Norristown where the seniors have a whole day set aside where they get their yearbooks and they get to spend time together, reminiscing about memories, about everything that's gone on, signing each other's yearbooks as we get ready for graduation that comes tomorrow. In 1836, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania passed the Common School Laws, and that resulted in a number of towns, including Norristown, investigating and starting public school districts. If you look behind me, you will see the seal of our school. It was adopted in 1925 to symbolize a lot of the things that this school stands for. You see at the bottom where it says 1870, which is the official founding date of the school, though what we consider our first graduates received their diplomas in 1862 in the middle of the Civil War. You see the beehive, which comes from the seal of the borough of Norristown. It represents an industrious nature and the value of hard work. You see overlapped the winged foot of Mercury and the key of knowledge. The foot of Mercury represents athletics, valor, and competition, and the key of knowledge represents the pursuit of learning and understanding. And then lastly, surrounding all that, you see our school's motto, words to live by. Our motto is learn and live to serve. So for your 4 years in high school, you have finished your formal education, you have learned, and now you stand on the threshold of leaving to serve. Think about what that means to help, to take your knowledge and put it beyond you, beyond these walls, to think what you can do to better yourself, to better your community, and to better the world. You are all headed to great and wonderful things, and I wish you luck with everything that comes along. I'm always pleased to stand up here, not just as the sponsor, but as a graduate, a member of the class of 1995. Tomorrow we will all stand on an equal platform as alumni of this high school. On behalf of the yearbook, SPICE, I would like now to present an honorary copy of the book to the school and ask that Mr. Jeff Smith, principal, please come up to accept this book on behalf of the student body and place it in the official records of the school as a testament to everything that the class of 2014 has achieved in their years here at Norristown High School.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Schmalbach, but thanks to everyone here. You guys have been a fabulous class. Many of the adults here that have influenced your lives have talked about how amazing that you've been, and I'll tell you what, the last couple months, it's just been great, and hopefully you can reflect back, and when you take a peek in here, it's going to make you smile, maybe make you cry a little bit, but Mr. Schmalbach has done a phenomenal job, and I thank you, and on behalf of the class of 2014, I'll make sure that this gets put in the appropriate places. Thank you.
Each year, there is a contest, for lack of a better word, to choose a poem that will go in the beginning of the senior section that represents the thoughts of what the year means, what the experience here at Norristown has meant. And this year's poem that was chosen was written by Mr. Nick Ozorowski, and I would like him to come up now and read it to you.
Hi, everyone. So the title is An Unrealized Home. I'd like to thank you all for both listening and giving me the experience here to write it. In the beginning, freshman orientation beckoned like a glaring lighthouse. We pile into bus seats and feel the wheels crumble over Eagle Drive gravel. We prepare a 4-year house, dress the table, fill the vases with roses, hang farm park landscapes on a rib cage of stairwells, learn to beautifully disguise house as home. You will live here, dwell here, learn to absorb like a dish sponge, to clean from the inside out. Take, like a child on Christmas, and remember that believing in miracles is a third-floor hallway where the dust is swept every night. Grow here, like a helium balloon slowly released into an optimistic atmosphere, because at the end, you will fold the tablecloth into a cap and gown. The roses will have wilted a fading red, and the farm park horizon will have transformed season. The bus will drive in reverse and traverse Eagle Drive, a bumpy road in retrograde, and the sun will roll into another new beginning. Years from now, the wheels, your wheels, will need air. Feel the grooves in the rubber revels and find a small, lodged speck of gravel from Eagle Drive's arduous travel. Hold it. Consider it from every angle, because loving this place will be a quiet realization. No Hollywood transitions or afterglow and ribbons. It will be a long drive to visit parents and the mahogany hours of 9 to 5. It will be a memory folded like a love note in your pocket, and the sun so bright your eyes will feign to stay open, because it is in this very place where we made a 4-year house into a lifelong home. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Nick. Another long-standing tradition connected to Yearbooks and Spice Day is the revelation of who the senior class has decided to dedicate their yearbook to. In order to be considered, a teacher has to have been in this building teaching for 10 years or more, and then their names are put forth to the student body, the seniors, to get to choose which one they've most wished to dedicate their book to. Today's honoree has been teaching at Norristown since 1990. I actually remember her from my student days. She was a graduate of Phoenixville High School class of 1969 and earned her BA in history in Kutztown in 1972 and her teaching degree from Ursinus in 1989. She married her husband Howard in December of 1972 and have 4 kids, Dan, Laura, Sarah, and Josh, and 3 grandchildren, Jackson, Jacob, and Ella. This teacher has taught different courses in social studies, world cultures a long time ago, but is most known for teaching psychology and AP psychology. She has a lifelong interest in textiles, including sewing, knitting, embroidery, and quilting. Plenty of things to occupy herself in her upcoming retirement. My sons still use the blankets that she wove for them when they were born 9 and 7 years ago, and when I told my younger son that Mrs. Charlene Gribben was retiring, he was very sad. And he said, you know, she shouldn't retire, she should keep right on teaching. And I think we'll all agree that her contributions to the school, how she selflessly gives herself to her students, the extra time she puts in to make sure that her teaching experience and the learning experience of the students is great, will be missed as she walks out these doors along with the class of 2014 when this school year ends. So please join me, the editorial board of Spice and the class of 2014 in congratulating Mrs. Charlene Gribben as Dedicatee for Spice 2014. We will present Mrs. Gribben with a commemorative yearbook that she can have along with this lovely certificate suitable for framing, signed by me, which makes it incredibly valuable. So again, Mrs. Gribben. You have to say thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. And good luck.
Again, Mrs. Gribben, congratulations and many thanks. As I was unpacking yearbooks and putting them into various boxes and situating things, I was organizing all the ones that have something engraved on them. And one of the things that was engraved on one, usually it's people's names, but one was a message, and it said that moments are always fleeting, but memories are forever. And I thought that that was a really good message, and it really just summed up perfectly what it is that doing the yearbook and creating it and taking the time, because it does take a lot of time to make this happen, but you have a moment today together, you'll have a moment tomorrow, your graduation, and it'll be done. And you'll move on to bigger and better things. But I hope that you will have this book and look through it every now and again and just think of the times you had here, the good times, the schoolwork, maybe a little bit, but all the friends you made and what everything means, and keep these memories forever. Mr. Doyle, are you here? There you are. Mr. Doyle would like to say a few quick words, and then we'll get to the big thing, which is giving you your yearbook. So, Mr. Doyle.
So good afternoon, class. I get to do a good reminder for you again that those of you who have more people interested in seeing your graduation than you have tickets for can watch them on Comcast Channel 28, Verizon Channel 45, or online at ustream.tv. They can actually just tune in to the school district's webpage, and there's a link right on the front where you can watch graduation live. I'm also pleased to be able to announce something that impacts essentially this sort of yearbook feel here of the event, the yearbook idea that underscores this event. This year, the NASD TV staff and I undertook the challenge of taking the entire Norristown area school district library of videos and begin to place them on the internet. We're calling it the NASD TV Archive, and all of the stuff that happened to you this year is going to begin to fill up that same web space. So if you go to YouTube and you search that, you can watch basketball games and football games from 1979 until today. You can watch concerts dating back to 1981 till today. And I advise you to go back and look and celebrate those accomplishments and take the time to be able to access your own. So there's a great deal of history there available in this lovely book. And now we have a video way to give you a taste of those things as they really happen. So thanks for your time. We hope you watch graduation, and congratulations.
Okay, we are just about at the point where we are going to start yearbook distribution, so please listen carefully to the instructions on how this will work. First of all, people who have pre-purchased yearbooks will pick them up from in front of the orchestra rail. Where Mr. Spears is standing, his last name's A through G. In the middle, where Ms. Smith will be standing, will be H through P, and where Mrs. McGuire is standing will be letters Q through Z. Okay, so A to G, H to P, Q to Z. If you have brought money with you to purchase a yearbook today, I will be over on the side of the stage by the American flag. Come and see me once I tell everyone to get up. Additionally, if as you're sitting here today and you maybe didn't purchase a book or didn't bring any money with you today, number one, there's going to be a t-shirt signing in the cafeteria as well as yearbook signing. But also, if you've discovered before you leave that you want to buy a book but you didn't bring the money today, I will have some extras that are available after graduation over tomorrow.